Okay, we'll try this again. 2020 Dynamax Force 37 TS HD. We're going to go all the way around the outside, go through the outside compartments, show you what's here. You have a fuel tank on each side. You do need to fill both tanks. So truck stop fill. I have the awning out. What I have done here is the front awning is in the bottom pinhole. The rear awning arm is in the top pinhole. And I don't know how much perspective you can get, but that gives quite a bit of change in the pitch from one end to the other. Keyless entry. Hold the 1-2 button continuously and it locks. To unlock, and then 1-2. I will reset that code to your zip code. This front compartment has a 3-inch to 2-inch adapter for your hitch, a 3-inch ball mount with a 2 5/16 or 2-inch ball, the pin for the 3-inch ball mount, and there is an air hose in there. I'll show you where the air fitting is so that you can use truck air to air up tires, whatever. Storage compartment. And another storage compartment. Outside TV. It is lockable. Jensen stereo, AM, FM, Bluetooth, and DVD, CD. Sansui TV. Remotes are all inside, I assume. This has not been through details yet. It's not finished anyhow. So it's going to get washed and taken care of in the morning. This is your Truma water heater. It's an absolutely beautiful water heater. I haven't done a Force recently, so I'm not 100% sure on how they're still wiring it. But what I have found is, well, you can see it, there is this black phone cable in here. Comes up here, and it has a standard phone connector back there. My recommendation is unplug this cable, because that cable goes to the internal controller. The only thing you need the internal controller for is to do the decalcification and cleaning on the water heater. Other than that, it becomes a nuisance. When the inside controller is plugged in, it does not matter which way you put this switch, up or down. It makes no difference if the controller is plugged in. When the controller is not plugged in, up is economy mode, middle is off, and down is comfort mode. What's the difference? Over here by our tank drain, there is a tank. Okay? In comfort mode, it keeps that tank of water hot, so you get water faster. So, to drain the tank, lift up, pull this down, and there is a strainer and plug in the bottom, and there's your boiler valve. So up cheap. Alright. And you got another storage compartment back here. And another storage compartment. These compartments, most of them have lights. The light switches are on the lights in these compartments. They're all turned on and off with a single cargo light switch inside, but they're cleaning, so they've been shutting lights off. Storage compartment, and again, this one goes through. Back here, this is our 3-inch receiver and 7-way trailer connector. Third brake light, and up there, there are 2 cameras up there. One points down at the hitch and one points back. On your monitor, you'll be able to switch views. Next up, your LP tank. This is on the driver's side rear. Alright, so you got a gauge that's wired to the monitor inside, so you can check it from inside. This yellow cap is your fill cap. This valve right behind it is the fixed liquid level gauge, or outage valve it's called. We open that so that we can tell when we get liquid there, to tell the tank's full, and then this is the valve that you operate to turn it on and off. You always turn all the way on 100% or all the way off 100%. Do not stop in between. Okay? In this next compartment, you have your power cord reel. There's a switch right there to roll it up. You pull it out. Back in the back of the bag is a 30 amp, 50 to 30 amp adapter. And inside this box is your starter kit. Starter kit's got a sewer hose, toilet chemical, toilet paper, a 110 adapter that takes you down to a standard outlet from the 30, and drinking water hose and a water pressure regulator. If you're not sure of your water pressure, always use the regulator. Okay? Some places have really high water pressure. Something else I highly recommend is a good quality surge protector. The unit does have surge protection, but it is, as I tell people, it's the kid that jumps on a hand grenade to protect the platoon. So, back here, we have switches there for the water pump and for the cargo lights, and a cable hookup for cable TV. That switch right there is for your macerator, which is down here. And the macerator, when you're running it, goes out that Sanacon hose. Those two white valves in the back are your hot and cold low point drains. Outside shower with a removable hose. That white valve right there is your freshwater tank fill. Leave it like that, open it to fill the fresh tank. Black tank flush, when you want to rinse your black tank out, that's where you hook the hose up. Black and gray valves, and they are color coded, all dump into the macerator. You can either use the Sanacon macerator output, or you can hook up a standard sewer hose right here. Water filter. This is a whole house water filter. The filter is not installed because we just rinsed them out. So you really need to rinse this thing, run it for a few days, and then install the filter. The filter's in the coach. Your drinking water hose hookup for fresh water is back there. This is probably going to be a two-part video because file size limits. So this is your furnace, intake and exhaust, combustion air. Do recommend in the summertime when you're not using it to put a screen over it to keep the bugs from turning it into a condominium. However, when you're using it, you need to remove the screen so you're not blocking the airflow. This compartment has your generator and your hydraulic jack, pump, and reservoir. Generator is an 8,000 watt OEM and quiet diesel. Up here on the top with this tag in my way, the yellow cap is your oil fill and dipstick. The white cap is your antifreeze level, and this jug is translucent so you can see your antifreeze level through the thing. There is an on-off switch right here. This is a circuit breaker. It has to be on or you do not get electricity. You have an hour meter. Okay? First service is due at 100 or at 50 hours, and then every 150 hours afterwards. Stop, start on the switch. Stop, if you hold it continuously, is also prime. We are now running the pump to prime the unit. If you haven't ran the thing in a while, prime it for 30 seconds or so before you start it so you got clean fuel in it. The second thing is, it's a diesel. It has glow plugs. Start is also preheat. It will not crank until it's up to temp. So the colder it is, the longer it takes before it cranks. There you go. With your hydraulic leveling system, the only time you ever check the fluid is when the jacks are fully retracted. We really have not had hardly any issues with that leveling system. It's been very close to bulletproof. Another storage compartment. This storage compartment is a battery tray. The big gray batteries are your house batteries. The black batteries in the front are your engine batteries. The battery disconnect switch there is for your house batteries. There are fuses and relays located in here. This is your battery isolation manager. It's also, when you put hit your battery boost, this is what connects both sets of batteries together. It's an isolation manager because it has a controller that monitors the battery voltage so that when you're driving down the road, it will charge your house batteries. And when you're at the campground under certain load conditions, it'll charge the engine starting batteries. So it auto monitors everything. Next compartment forward is the electrical compartment. Yes, you can store some stuff in here. Just keep in mind it is an electrical compartment. Your inverter has a push-in reset breaker here. Doesn't trip very often, but if you accidentally overload it, that might pop. The inverter is also your battery charger. Black box right there is the controller for your auto gen start. And then back there we have a fuse panel, relays, more breakers, and more relays. Okay. This big black box here, which is covered by wire, is your transfer switch. Your generator and your shore power go through the transfer switch and into the coach. The transfer switch has surge protection, but again, if it takes a surge, it's going to die doing it. It'll protect your coach, but it'll die in the process. So a good quality inline surge protector is vital. Up here, these are your slide out room controllers. I didn't mention this on the other side, but there's your turn signal camera. There's one on each side. Fuel tank, again. Block heater. If you plug an extension cord into that and plug it in, it preheats your engine. Up here next to the driver's seat is a battery disconnect. That is your chassis battery disconnect. Okay? We'll do the rest of the chassis stuff when we get in there. You have a bunch of stickers in this doorway. Gives you all your tire pressures, your VIN numbers, and information. Your hood, one on each side. Flip that over. And flip that over. The hood has struts. It opens extremely easy. You'll notice there's a film on the front of the hood. That's to help protect your paint. Driver's side, fuel filter, power steering fluid, engine dipstick, transmission dipstick, fuse box, fuse box, fuse box. This is pretty much all Freightliner stuff. We do not have hardly any issues with them. Your little air horn is right there. Down here on the frame, in front of the shock absorber, there's a red and a black. That's jump start locations if you needed to jump it so that you don't have to get all the way to the batteries, which are in the back. On the passenger side, windshield washer solvent. That is the desiccant filter. That is for your air dryer. It's about a 300,000 mile interval. Depends on the road conditions and what you drive in as to how soon you'll need to change that filter. There's your air filter, and there's your engine antifreeze level. And there's your antifreeze information and your Freon information for the dash air conditioning. Again, with this strut, you cannot slam the hood. Give it a shove, it will stop on its own and it'll settle down on its own. Latch it, push it down, catch that latch right there. Oops. Just like that, one on each side. Apologize if I seem to be rushing this, but it is after hours and we are trying to get it done. TJ was just down here wanting to take it to get it washed so that he can get done for the day. So anyhow, kind of cruising through. Your awning controls are right here. Awning in, press the button and hold it. If you let go of it, it stops. So there's no automatic control on the awning. Now again, the rear awning was all the way down, the front awning was all the way up. They are still that way. That position does not affect the ability to put the awning in or out. Only affects what it looks like when it's out. And how much pitch it has. A lot of my customers like to have it this way. That way they got more pitch so that if they get a little bit of rain, the runoff goes to the back of the coach. Up here are light switches. Your awning lights, those are the LEDs in the awning. Exterior lights, that's your handle. Cargo lights, that's in your basement. Entry step, when you turn that on, it powers the entry step and it stays out all the time. Turn it off, it goes in and out every time you open the door. Entry lights, Turns the lights on in the entranceway here. Master lights, hold that. It turns every light on. Now the thing about the master lights is it memorizes what's on when you turn it off. So you can set a lighting pattern at night, hit the light master, turn them off, hit the light master, they'll come right back on exactly the way you turned them off. Or if you need full lights, hold the light master to override the pattern. Alright. Precision circuits, touch. All your controls are here. You can hook this up to a phone with the app. So here's your slide outs, dinette, bedroom, galley, and your TV lift. Put this dinette out. Oops. This one requires the ignition to be on. All of these slide outs use a lot of the same locks. It's up to the individual manufacturer to decide which way they want to use them and which ones they want to use. So you can have this exact same slide out in a different unit, and if you start that unit, the slide out won't come out. This one requires that the parking brake be set and the ignition be on. Always make sure you have room to put the slide out. One advantage to having this on your app, turn this radio down. One advantage to having this on your phone is you can stand outside while you're putting the rooms out. So again, when you get ready to go, when you get to a campground, you're going to set up, get all your water, sewer, and electric hooked up, and then you're going to put your slide outs out, level the coach, good to go. The app that you need to run for this is called Precision Plex, P-L-E-X. It's available on Android and on Apple. Last I knew it was still free. The last part on here is your TV lift. You can put your TV lift up. Now we shut the engine back off. We're all set there. I'm going to come back to this area because we got more controls here. This is for your Winegard in-motion satellite. Unless it's been changed, it's set for DirecTV. This is your Winegard Connect. This side is your TV booster. This side is your Wi-Fi booster. USB jacks, they're charge ports. We have them all through the unit. Again, I'll come back to this, do a little bit more in-depth on that control panel. On the driver's side, you have slide out controls for the two front slide outs, in and out. You have your TV arm for the TV over the bunk here. Okay, in the bunk area up there is a 110 plug. You got lights, and the lights are on the switch. It's back here. Okay. Now these switches, the backlighting can be changed if you want. I'll show you that when we get in a little later. Equalizer systems. This is your leveling system. Turn it on. There should be no lights on but the power light. If all the lights are off but the power, hit the auto level button. It's going to start beeping and it's going to auto level the coach. While it's doing that, we're going to move on to the inverter. Touch the inverter to wake it up. Okay. Charge. You can shut the charger off by hitting the charger button. Because you have a 110 refrigerator, my suggestion is you leave the inverter on at all times so that if you lose power, you don't lose your refrigerator. If you go down to the household plug-in with that 110 adapter, press the shore button and rotate this knob down to 5 amps and then press. That will cut your charge rate down and it'll keep you from melting the power cord. Okay? When you're on a standard 30 or 50, you can turn this back up to 30. Do not turn it above 30. Push the button to set it. AGS is all in the other control as far as I know. Oh, no? Okay, it's also here. So your AGS control, you can rotate the switch and then status, runtime, hours, temps, start volts, quiet time. You can set all of that in there. Meter lets you bring through and run through the meters to check all of the different meters. Setup, you shouldn't have to play with. It's already preset. Turn that up. Battery type, all that's all set by the factory. In the AGS control, we're going to go down to start voltage. Press the button. I want that. Personal setting, I start with 11.7. You can adjust it as you want, but keep in mind, the lower you set the starting voltage, the better chance you have of it the battery's not having enough power to start the generator. So I try to keep that up fairly high. Okay, and then, like I said, back in the search. This text section is pretty much for us. But if you were to call somebody at Magnum, they might ask you to go into the text section, and they'll tell you what screen to go to and what they want to ask you. Thermostat. And we're done leveling at this point. We'll go back to that in a minute. Thermostat. Touch it to wake it up. On the bottom, we have modes. Right now it's off. Then we have fan low, fan high, cool low, cool auto high, and then we have heat electric, which is heat pump, and heat gas, which is your furnace. And then back to off. The difference with cool high auto and fan is that in fan, without the auto, the fan runs 24/7 and never shuts off. In auto, the fan comes on and off with the air conditioner. Back to the equalizer system real quick. It's leveled. Now, auto does a great job, but auto and you may not agree on what is level. You can reprogram auto. He's easy to deal with. You'll really like it. But anytime this is on, these buttons work. They're just opposite of what you think because these buttons refer to jack. So jack down on the front raises the front. So if I push down, the front end's coming up because I'm putting the jacks down. Same with the rear, same with the left, same with the right. If I push up on the front end's going down because I'm bringing the jacks up. So if you don't like the way it's leveled, it's turned on, you can re-level it yourself. If it's consistently out of whack and you want to reprogram it, level it, turn it off, hold the auto level, and turn it on while you're holding the auto level, and it's going to start beeping. Let it beep 5 or 6 times, let go, confirmation beep, we just reset the leveling position. It's that easy. You can do it any time you want. Down here at the bottom is our solar charge controller. This is for our solar panels. It basically is a monitor, lets you check all your solar charging. Right here is a temperature sensor for the thermostat. And then you got a little storage area down here. Voila. You have a ladder and a safety rack to keep from rolling out of the bunk. You have a curtain that goes across. And we're going to keep moving. TV. Above the fireplace is your Blu-ray player, or is your sound bar. Fireplace has both heat and light. Storage on each side. Above the TV, more storage. More storage. Strangely enough, you have a TV lift here as well. USB charge port, GFI outlet, countertop extension. You flip it up. There's little levers to hold it up. Sink covers. Strangely enough, above the sink, they didn't do that here. I'm confused. I'm in the wrong coat. No. Just joking. They keep moving stuff around on me. Above the entrance door. There it is. On one of the models, they actually put it above the sink. That is your HDMI matrix, your Sony Blu-ray player, and back there is the satellite wiring for a satellite antenna. The matrix is 4 HDMI inputs and 4 outputs. Okay? What's that mean? You can send satellite to that TV. You can send a Blu-ray to that TV. You can throw your Roku in and send it to the bedroom. And you can send your Apple TV or Sony PlayStation to the outside TV. 4 HDMI inputs. Any one of them can go to any television. They can all watch the same thing. They can all watch different things. Each one of these output sections is a TV. And each one of these 4 LEDs is an input. Just that simple. Microwave convection oven above the stove. It is a nice sized unit. All stainless. Cooktop. Flip it over. Flip it over. Turn the burner to the light position. Give it a couple seconds. And rotate the knob to turn it on. Just like that. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Turn it on, give it a second. One click will usually light it. There's a switch here. Turns on the backlight and behind the knobs. In the drawer. Remotes everywhere. Touch-up paint. Extra cables for that setup. Second set of keys. This is a USB drive. Pull the front off. It's a USB. Now, what's on that USB? Every single current year Dynamax manual. DX3s, Izettas, Force, Dynaquest. Every single Dynaquest product or Dynamax product is on this USB stick. These two remotes here are interchangeable. They are for your roof vents. One in the bathroom and one here in the kitchen. This remote is for your JBL soundbar. This remote is for a television. This remote is for your matrix. And again, just like on the front, you have output A and 4 choices. Output B, 4 choices. C and D, same thing. And then TV remotes, your Blu-ray remote, and another TV remote. And again, those are touch-up paint. Okay. Freightliner manuals, fuses, toilet chemical. This is your water filter. That is for the fireplace. Your manuals are all in that big case right there. Light switches. Blue means they're on, white means they're off. A little storage cubby right here. Storage to the side of the... And a nice deep storage. Also, under... Okay, right here is that Truma controller that you have to monkey with. Every time you cycle the power to this, you have to turn it off, give it a minute, and then turn it back on. Now we have a solid light, we're good. But if I turn the power off by mistake and turn it back on, and I haven't checked this coach, because there has been an idiosyncrasy in their system. Let me see that. We're running about out of time on this file anyhow. I'm going to hit the light master. Turn the light master back on. Okay, they cured that. There was a problem where the light master was causing an issue with this. What's up, Bobby? Alright, again, we're running out. Up here, standard smoke alarm, 9-volt battery. Press it and it beeps. Your bathroom. There is a pocket door here. You pull down, bring it across. Latch is closed. Latch is open. Shower. Pretty simple. Toilet. Same thing. Put flush, standard RV toilet. There is a little storage cabinet up here. Now, I'm going to tell you something. We have a customer that has this pretty much exact same floor plan with a bathroom. And because it has a door in the front and a door in the back, he completely removed this wall section back to here and put a nice paneled wood there and a nice paneled wood there. And it was all one open bathroom. Depending on your lifestyle, that might be nice. It looks really sharp and it gives you a bathroom that's way easier to deal with. Washer and dryer. Okay? The dryer has been checked to make sure it has heat output. The washer has had a wash cycle. We did not do any laundry in your washer dryer. Alright. Again, we are running out fast. Thermostat, same as the other one, only it does not have all of the heat zones. Oh, yes it does. Okay, never mind. This must have two furnaces. Alright, basic simple. Light switches and slide out switches. Cabinet, cedar lined, automatic light. TV, cabinet, cedar lined, automatic light. Those rolled up tubes are the window covers for your driver, passenger, and front windshield in the cab area. Remote for this TV is right here. This TV is magnetic and pulls out. And there is access back there. Another USB charge port hidden back there. All your TV connections are pretty easy to access. This pull-out drawer, and then you got drawers all the way across the bottom. Over here, I'm going to run out quick. This black panel is your 110 circuit breakers. All your breakers, all labeled. And with that, I'm going to kill this because I only got about a minute left, and we're going to start another one.